Hey y'all, it is sunshine. I hope y'all had a wonderful day. It is nighttime here. So, Hot Stuff went to bed already, and I figured I'd make a quick video, just kind of while it's still. And I'm crocheting. So, oh no, I dropped one. I did some micro crocheting, but I can't remember if I showed them to you or not. Did I show y'all my sunflower? I did sunflowers. I did those. And I did those. I thought these would be good for 4th of July. And then I got these that were in a Temu package. I think they came with the hooks, maybe? I don't remember. Isn't that cute? I got that bumper sticker. Somebody, that was from Etsy. I got that bumper sticker that says cute but feral. Because we all know I'm not domesticated. So, anyway, I'm kind of trying to get projects to a good stopping spot. I don't think I'm going to do any more plushies. I'm not going to do any more of those right now because the event is next weekend. And so I think I'm good on that. We have one more buckle series, and that's in fall. So I don't know if I'm going to keep doing more for that or just sell, because I'm pretty sure we're probably going to have a lot of leftovers of stuff that I don't sell, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. So, okay, and on the daisy tee, this is the yarn I found from Hobby Lobby, and I fell in love with it. It was just beautiful yarn. But this is 2 panels, so I'm still working on the first one. This is the arm sleeve. But look how good that pattern is. I don't know if you can see, but I'm really loving the shirt. It's very tedious though. It's gonna take me a hot minute to do it. And it may be a long project. I'm not getting too worried. I do have it in one of my fancy bags. And you're like, well, sunshine, Miss Janice gave you plenty. Yes, that is the case. They're all full. They're all full. Her bags are the best. Miss Janice, I have not forgotten about you on mailing something. Things have just gotten out of hand on this end. Okay, so y'all know my dilemma with this yarn, and the dilemma that I had with finding the right pattern, because I didn't like, there was nothing wrong. If y'all watch the review video, there was nothing wrong with the pattern. The pattern was one of the best written ones I've seen in a while. And so I was like, all right, so what is my next move with this yarn? What do I want to do with it? Because I've got 2 big, over 800 something yards of this mess. And I was like, what is my choices? And I thought about another shawl. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just not a shawl kind of girl. And then I was like, well, what about a wrap? Because those are rectangles. And sometimes the summer nights here in Texas do get kind of cool. But again, I don't think that's something I'm just going to get into. So, one of my favorite YouTube people for different things that I love, the vintagey, the current, whatever you want to call it. Her name is Crochet with Joanna. And she had a video, and it's been a hot minute since this video came out, like August of 2024. But I saw it in my, every now and then I clean out my YouTube history, because I think that's important. You know, it's bad enough the FBI watches us and everything else. Don't want it in my history. Now they can watch all they want. So I was like, you know what? Why not do this pattern? I've been wanting to do this pattern for a hot minute, so let's just do it. And it's a 42-inch round tablecloth with flowers. Now, if the flowers come at the end, I may leave that off. I'm not a flower person. Now you're thinking, well, Sunshine, what are you going to do with a tablecloth? You don't have a table y'all eat on. And this is true. This apartment's way too small for that. And my dining room has been turned into a quilt room. So here's where the tablecloth is going to come in at. We gave our 60-day notice, and we are leaving at the end of May. We were going to stay if the people above us and next door to us were going to be dealt with. I'm crocheting. That's why I'm looking down. Sorry. And it has come to the end of our 15-month thing. We did not find a house to buy. We got into this thinking we could get here in time and find a house to buy. We didn't want to rush into buying a house just yet. We still need a little more time. And we need a little more, I don't know what the word he used. It's something to do with something. I don't know. Norm's and Hot Stuff's in charge of that. So anyway, I was like, all right. I said, I'm not living here another minute once our lease is up. And he goes, I don't want to live here either. And I said, okay, what are we going to do? He goes, well, we're going to do our 60-day notice, and then we're going to get out. And I said, can we get a rent house? Because we've always rented houses, you know, separately. I said, I don't want to do apartments. We are, you know, we're having to store the horse. We're, you know, there's, we don't eventually want to get a dog. There's just too much going on right now. We can't. And so we're looking for a house. Now in Abilene, it ain't cheap. It's not cheap by any means. The minimum deposit around here is $1,000, which is doable. But again, we got to find the right rent house. Because a lot of them, I know this is petty, but unless you lived in a hot climate, you don't know. You just don't know. A lot of them have window units. And if, you know, we're going to a 2 to 3 bedroom house, that's going to eat you up in electric. That is going to eat you up. So we need to find something with central air, because we both have heart issues. So we can't get hot. Isn't that great? And thankfully I'm covered under that, because that's what my medical stuff is for. Anyway, so we're trying to do that. Trying to find a decent neighborhood so we don't come across what we're coming across. And just kind of go from there. We are in a 2-story apartment, okay? Now tell me, in what right mind would an apartment manager allow what is going on upstairs? This gentleman upstairs by himself is running a deep fryer, hot oil deep fryer on his patio, okay? Thankfully, I do have renter's insurance. I had to go get that. But the part that scares me even worse than that deep fryer is he has a full weight system up there. Don't ask how I know. I just know. Okay. He has it in some in the living room, and then most of it in the bedroom. And my worry is, because he'll drop the weights, and my worry is that when he does that, he'll drop it too hard, and our ceiling fan will come down, and I'll be trapped in the bed, or something horrific is going to happen. Now, is that being dramatic? A little bit, but that's a very big worry. Apartments are not known for good floors, especially this one, built in 83 or in the 83. Okay, it's not good. It is not good. And then next door, you've got 4 people in one unit doing certain drugs. No, because it comes through the vent. You hear all of their activities in the bathroom. And I'm not talking about using the restroom. I'm talking about other activities. So, it's time to go. It's time to go. And I think, with our rent, our lease up, they're going to raise the rent. We pay almost $1,000 to live here. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. So, we're out. We're going to go. And we're going to have to start all over again. But that's okay. Because we don't have furniture. This couch is done for. So we're going to leave the couch. This filing cabinet behind me it was in bad shape when I got it. And it's just, I'm not taking it with me. I'm going to have to get bookshelves somehow. Because that's the way I want to organize. All of this behind me is craft room stuff. And so I can't get through this living room. It looks like a hoarder lives up in here. So, and there's no room to spread up to quilt. And so that's why we're trying to get a 2 to 3 bedroom. So in the next month or so, I will be packing up everything. Hopefully we can figure out furniture situation. I don't know. God's gotten us this far, and I know He will continue to take us further. I know that He has provided, and He will keep providing. We are a firm believer in that, and that decision will never waive, no matter what trials comes our way. So, it is what it is. Do you hear him? He's up there right now. It's stomp, stomp, stomp. And it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. That's why I have renter's insurance. Because it's just nonsense. It's just such nonsense. So, and I really, truly believe the apartment manager has no clue what's really going on out here. We're not a bad apartment. We live in a decent neighborhood. But I don't think she has a clue what's really happening in these apartments. There's quite a bit of people moving out. And then, and she told me, she goes, I hate to lose you because we've never had any trouble out of you. You pay your rent on time. And I said, but you don't listen to us. We never complain about anything except for if something goes down major. And I said, we said that if you took care of the neighbor situation, noise-wise, everything like that, we would stay. That did not happen. So therefore, we're gone. If she will not work with us, why should we work with her? No, thank you. If I had a stellar resident come and tell me, hey, we're going to leave, and ask them what's going on, I would do everything in my power to fix whatever's going on, to keep them. But she's not doing that. And so it's time to go. And like I said, we really need a house. We really do need a house. we need more room. And yeah, so anyway, but oh, I didn't even show you the crochet tablecloth so far. Here it is so far. I know it looks kind of boring. It's gonna be a lot of rows of this before we get very far, and I haven't gotten very far because this yarn is such a pain in the butt. Such a pain in the butt, because you do a stitch or two and then you have to undo the stitch because one of these threads came loose, and then you do a stitch or two, and there's a lot of backtracking. So it is what it is, but maybe I'll get through it. I don't know. And I found my Joann's hook. So, oh no, I want to save that for the other. Never mind. But I wasn't a fan of the Joann's hook. I don't know. I don't care for them. So, anyway, guys, I love y'all. Take care and have a great evening. Bye, guys.